All right, my show over here goes together with the offensive line like a bear and honey. I just love it. I rip open the beehive and just lather myself up in it. Tend to be a little focused on the offensive line, especially with my Dolphins, because it's been the black hole sucking down this organization for quite some time. Even this year, I've been pointing out Eichenberg and Jackson and Little not being good and being highly concerned, saying the offensive line is my major concern. It will determine everything. So I would be bereft and a bad guy if I didn't point out how good a game Robert Hunt had week 3 against the Bills in the Butcher Block game, a historic game, because it was probably the cleanest tape I've seen since I've been doing tape here, and then a couple of years prior with Phins News. And it might be some of the best tape I have seen in a long time. It was unbelievable. Robert Hunt was exceptional for so many reasons. I mean, it was clean, and he excelled with multiple skill sets. He had slide blocks, he got to the second level, drive blocks, wash blocks, pass blocks, you name it. This guy did it, and his communication was all over the place. His head awareness was unbelievable, and I was so thrilled to go through this, it almost brought a tear to my eye. And I'm saying it figuratively, but maybe not. It's so good, guys. And he truly was the foundation of this offensive line and this offense that put enough points on to win the game. And even my man Tehran didn't have as good a game. But my man Tehran's injured. We got to remember that. And Connor, he was excellent too. I projected him at center, so I got a little bit of my reputation riding on that. I've been projecting him pretty much before anybody. And both these guys were good, but they paled in comparison to Robert Hunt, and I am not saying that hyperbolically. I think people say all the time, why are you so negative about the Dolphins? Why aren't you positive? I really try to stay away from positive and negative because those are fan terms. And I'm a fan of 43 years, but I'm trying not to be a fan. And I have a tendency to be less positive or negative with the Dolphins than other teams because this is my heart. And be still my beating heart. I've been taken for a fool. And keeping myself grounded and projecting evaluations that are not based on emotion is what I try to do here. Evaluations from GM or a scout or a coach. It's about being accurate or inaccurate. And that's what I try to do. Obviously, I fall shy of that sometimes. I get emotional and passionate. But for the most part, this is why I put analytics and stats and film to present why I intellectually come to these decisions or these evaluations. And so when I say this was unbelievable tape, I think I have being a little bit of curmudgeon here, history and reputation. So this is very, very, very serious. Now, Robert Hunt had some issues week 1, some week 2, but we've seen talent from this guy for a while now. It's just the offensive line takes a while to come together. I don't expect to see this kind of tape week in and week out, but this kind of tape is the potential. It's always kind of been the potential. But to see it on tape within an entirety of a game shows you that he's getting closer to reaching that potential. And it's exciting for the future of this Dolphins franchise, this season, and this game coming against the Bengals, which I'll talk about later. Now, before getting to the tape and my little 2 cents, I want to say thank you for stopping by, for likes, comments, subscribes, views, all that stuff. You guys have been tremendous. Even coming up for my live stuff that I did last week over here. Just want to let you know I'm also doing live with Tommy over at Mafia Sports Report this Friday at 9:30. We're going to talk football this week and go over the Miami Dolphins versus Bills games, which could be very interesting. So I thank you for everything. Everything you do, it keeps me talking football for a living, and it's a blast for me. It really is. So I want to give a shout-out to you guys and say thank you for everything. Give a shout-out to Ace Per Head, my sponsors, because without them and without you guys, this show ain't going down. Ace Per Head's betting software is the premier white label platform for bookies to manage their players and grow their sportsbook operation. Click the link in the description below to get set up in minutes. Ask for the Curtis promo and get a special introductory discount. So, Robert Hunt really set the tone. He was so clean. And when you realize that if this guy can get to where we see him now, and then Connor can continue to develop, you got two young guys that could be the foundation of his offensive line for a very long time. Then you add in my man Tehran, who's probably been playing hurt all season, but the guy still plays really, really well. And if these three pieces come together, I did a whole study on it, how you could isolate the right tackle spot and protect it, and you do really, really well. Eichenberg is still the eyesore. His play is so bad that we've got guys in the wings that could come in if we ever have the guts to do it, to replace him. And if you see all the plays that this guy misses, if you could take even half those misses out and add wins, what could be possible is pretty, it's going to be pretty amazing and impressive. Not saying we will, but if you see what we've done so far and you take away half of Eichenberg's failures and add wins, this could be a very good opportunity for us to accelerate our trajectory. Now, this week, DJ Reader, monstrous 6'3", 250-pound, well, hamburger shy at 250 pounds, is not going to be in. His knees messed up, which is a shame. This guy's a stud. And he scared me because he's a guy who could just dominate and even turn Hunt into a boy. And Hunt's a powerful guy, but this guy is a monster. He's not in. This means Hunt is going to be the monster on the interior. And I think that he's going to not be dominated by anyone, and he has an opportunity to do a lot of good stuff for us. Now, I don't know. I got a lot more to add up whether we're going to win or not. I think that this game coming up has to have a major asterisk on it for our hopes and aspirations. This defense is beat up. They coming back to practice on Monday after that game. They got 3 days before. You know, whatever happens, it's just icing on a cake. So before I get into all that stuff, I just want to go over the film. It's awesome film. It's great film. So let's take a look at the film and see what we see. All right, Hunt starts off. You can see right here, he's going against Tim Settle. Big guy, loses a tiny bit, but he anchors down a very big and stout man. Over here, you can see hand battle. Nice little hand battle inside Rousseau, but he's got his eyes to help Little. Just very aware. See him get to the second level over here and just obliterates the guy off the screen. Beautiful. Small guy, but still, again, nice job here, just dominating. And this is a good one, too. Watch the communication. And he was doing this all day. And I love this. He just gets to the second. First, he gets the chip, the hold, and then gets to the second level and gets his hand out and just really opens things up. Just all over the place. Again, you can see him wash the guy down. And then look at his eyes backside to help out. His awareness was an issue early on in 2020, but it's gotten so much better. Look at this. A little bit of a loss there at the last second, but perfect protection. Not going anywhere. It's not even down the line of scrimmage here, and bam! Little hands to the face, but nobody saw that. We're not going to talk about that. Sweet protection. Again, gets to the second level here, and bang. A little bit of a loss, you'd say. A little bit of a hole there. That was the worst play of the day for him. And then here, look at this. He gets the little slide on the zone stretch and gets out and caps it off. Look, the second, he's helping over here, but his eyes are always on Connor, ready for helping out there. Great vision, great awareness. Again, you can see him here. Just seal it up with Connor. Two guys, not a problem. Again, over here, slides out, protection inside, stonewalls a guy, gets the cheeks tight, and drives the guy to a stop pretty much. Over here, fakes, gets to the second level. I really like this one. You're going to like this one. There's a screen. Now he gets over here, and watch him just finish this guy off. Just a small guy, but you still like to see that. That's going to give that guy a little wake-up call. I love that little slide jump protection over here. Seals it, and that opens up the big run. That was just a nice play, both strength and agility and technique. See him calling out. He's having communication. Gets in here, gets the hand, wash him, turns his eyes to the right to help Little. And this was the big play for the down the middle to Waddle. He really sealed. He was the glue between the center and the guard. I like that. And here, more communication. And then watch this. Bang. Turns him and drops him. And that's a big run inside, man. That was a big run inside. And then here's the last big run down here. It was a pass play. And Gets the protection there. A little hands on his shoulder, didn't like that, but still stops the guy. Perfect protection. And now here's the wash. Here's the wash on the inside run. He just opens things up, just drives him down the line of scrimmage and gets Edmonds the TD to go ahead and win. All right, that was some good film. That's some good film. He showed agility and movement. I always liked his movement skills. Still don't think he can play tackle. And I don't like him over the long run, say a zone stretch. But in those short areas and even getting to the second level, this is a big guy who's pretty nimble. Now, there's some physical things about him. He's, some people make fun of his small calves, which is true. But he shows power, strength, communication, intelligence, awareness, agility, the whole nine through this tape. And if Connor can keep going, this is a serious foundation. And I love what this guy can do for us. Because to me, offensive line and a run game will turn into what a lot of people hoped he could end up being. Or at least give that potential. And this turn, and I don't expect to see the tape every week like this. But this solid piece of tape bodes highly well for everything. Chris Grier has struggled tremendously and wasted vast amount of picks to get Bubkiss. This appears to be a major win. All right, Fin fans, I don't go on too long. This is a big game coming up, guys, but please do not write any checks based on if, we lose. Oh, we're not this. Don't go that route. There's so much context. I had context for the Bills coming into us, and I have even probably more context of us going into this Bengals game. Now, if we win, and with a chance we can, and I'm not saying that lightly, then I'm going to even start raising the ceiling of this thing. This is such a hard game to win. Somehow we pull it off, and we have a shot, guys. Anyway, Kurt saying thanks for staying to the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check me out on Mafia Sports Report. Give me some backup against this Bills guy. Start building your own online sportsbook today by getting signed up with aceperhead.com service that'll allow you to book action on sports from all around the world.